The storm you bring isn't just destruction, it's a force that makes me feel something deeper, something more real than I ever knew before. And now I can't seem to get enough. They said you were dangerous, and maybe they were right. But in your chaos, I found something that made me feel alive, even when everything was falling apart. The warnings came, but the allure of your chaos was too strong. Now, as everything spirals, I find myself chasing the whirlwind, not knowing where it will take me, but not caring. Everyone said you were trouble, but now that I'm in the middle of the storm, I'm starting to wonder if trouble is exactly what I needed to shake things up. They warned me about the madness you bring, but in the madness, I found something deeper, something wild and unexplainable that makes me feel like I'm finally living. You were the chaos I was warned about, and yet here I am, mesmerized by it. The unpredictability, the intensity, the sheer force of it all. It's the rush I never knew I craved. Everyone told me I was making a mistake, but in the end, I found that the chaos you create is the only thing that makes sense in a world that feels like it's constantly falling apart. I didn't listen when they said you'd be trouble. Now I'm wrapped up in your chaos, and I can't decide if I'm trapped or if I've finally found where I belong. They said you'd destroy me, but maybe destruction is just a different kind of creation. In the aftermath, I've found pieces of myself I never expected. Chaos wasn't something I understood until I met you. Now, it's the only thing that feels real, even if it leaves me questioning my every move. I knew the risks, I heard the warnings, but I never could have predicted how intoxicating your chaos would be. It's the kind of wild that makes me forget everything else. They told me to stay away, but I couldn't resist. Now, I find myself addicted to the unpredictability, the chaos that sweeps me off my feet every single time. Everyone warned me about the storm you'd bring, but now that I'm caught in it, I can't help but feel that this chaos is the only thing that truly makes me feel alive. They said you'd break me, but in the brokenness, I found a strength I didn't know I had. Maybe the chaos isn't something to fear, but something to embrace. I was told to walk away, but something about you, something about your chaos, pulled me in. Now I'm lost in it, and strangely, I don't want to find my way out. You're the chaos they warned me about, but I'm starting to wonder if chaos is just the missing piece I never knew I needed. Maybe it's not destruction, maybe it's transformation. They said you'd destroy everything I know, but what they didn't warn me about is how you make me feel more alive than I ever have before, even in the mess you create. In the chaos you bring, I've discovered a different kind of love, one that's wild and unpredictable. And now I'm addicted to the way it makes me feel. Everyone told me to stay away from you, to avoid the madness. But now, as I stand in the middle of the storm, I can't help but think they were wrong. The chaos feels too good. They warned me you were nothing but trouble, but maybe trouble is exactly what I needed to find myself. In the madness, I've discovered pieces of me I didn't know existed. I heard all the warnings, but I couldn't help myself. Now, in the chaos of it all, I'm starting to understand why people crave the storm. It's the only thing that makes them feel alive. They said you'd tear me apart, but instead, I feel like I've been pieced together in ways I never expected. Chaos can be messy, but sometimes that's where the magic happens. They told me to run, but instead, I let myself fall. Now I'm addicted to the chaos you bring, even though it leaves me questioning everything I thought I knew. The storm you brought was everything they said it would be, but there's something undeniably magnetic about it. Now I'm caught in your whirlwind, and I'm not sure I want to escape. Everyone said I should avoid you, but I'm starting to think that sometimes the things we're warned about are the very things that change us forever. They told me your chaos would swallow me whole, but maybe that's exactly what I needed, to be engulfed by something bigger than me, to see what I'm really made of. You're the storm that changed everything, and I'm standing in the wreckage, realizing that sometimes the most beautiful things come from the most chaotic moments. They said you'd break me, but I've found that in the breaking, something new was born. Maybe chaos isn't something to fear after all. Maybe it's where we find our true selves. Everyone told me you were dangerous, and now I can't decide if I'm addicted to the danger or if it's the way it makes me feel like I'm truly living. I was told to steer clear, to stay away, but the allure of chaos drew me in. Now I stand tangled in the mess I couldn't resist. There's something intoxicating about the storm you bring, even if it leaves me breathless. Everyone told me you were trouble, but I didn't listen. Now, as I watch everything unravel, I'm not sure if I'm addicted to the destruction or if it's just the thrill of what might come next. They warned me about you, how your energy could turn everything upside down, but I didn't understand until I was already in the whirlwind. Now I find myself chasing the high, even if it's one that comes with scars. I heard all the stories, all the warnings, but in the chaos, I found a strange kind of peace. It's like I'm trapped in a maze of emotions that both confuse and excite me at the same time. They said you'd burn me, but now I'm dancing in the flames, feeling both alive and lost. You've turned my world into a wild ride I never knew I needed, but I can't seem to get off. What they told me was true. You're a storm, but I still find myself drawn to the fury of it all. Maybe it's the unpredictability, or maybe it's the part of me that craves a little chaos. In your chaos, I found a strange form of clarity. Every warning was meant to protect me, but instead, I ended up embracing the very thing they feared would consume me. You're the storm they warned me about, but I've come to realize that sometimes the most beautiful moments are born from the most tumultuous ones. It's a dangerous kind of magic. They warned me about the whirlwind that is you, but what they didn't tell me was how your chaos could feel so exhilarating, as if every moment of destruction is just a part of something greater. I knew the risks, I heard the warnings, but there was something irresistible about the way you broke everything around you. Now, I'm high on the aftermath, and maybe that's exactly what I needed. Everyone told me to run, but I stayed, and now I'm left standing in the wreckage, wondering if it's the chaos that's the drug, or if it's the way it makes me feel alive. Maybe I was always meant to fall into this mess. They said you were chaos, but what they didn't tell me is that chaos can be beautiful if you embrace it fully. I was warned, but I didn't listen. Now I'm tangled in a web of emotions, each more intense than the last. There's no escaping the chaos now, and strangely, I don't want to. They said you'd tear me apart, but the truth is, I've never felt more whole than when I'm caught in the chaos you create. It's strange how destruction can sometimes feel like liberation. In the chaos, I've lost myself and found pieces of me I never knew existed. Every warning, every caution was just a prelude to the intense whirlwind that changed everything. I should have run when they told me to, but something in me craved the unpredictability you bring. Now, I'm caught in your whirlwind, and for better or worse, I don't know how to leave. Your chaos is like a drug, and I'm addicted. It's as if the moments of madness are the only times I feel truly alive, even though every warning sign told me to turn away. They told me you were a danger, but I didn't understand until I was already swept up in the storm. Now, every part of me craves the intensity, even though it leaves me reeling. I should have listened, they said. But now, amidst the wreckage, I see the truth. Sometimes the chaos is where you find clarity, even if it comes with a price. Your chaos has become my rhythm, my heartbeat. It's not what I expected, but somehow it's exactly what I need, even if it leaves me questioning everything I thought I knew. In the chaos you bring, I've learned more about myself than I ever could have in the calm. You're the storm that changed me, and now I'm forever high on the energy you create. They said you would leave me shattered, but what they didn't prepare me for was how the pieces would come together in a way that felt like destiny, even in the destruction. The warnings were loud and clear, but your chaos was louder. Now, I'm addicted to the rush of it all, and I can't help but wonder if I found my place in the storm. Everyone warned me you'd break me, but in reality, I've never felt more alive. The chaos you bring is my kind of magic, even if I can't always make sense of it. I heard all the warnings, and I should have listened. But now, I find myself drowning in the chaos you've brought into my life, and for some reason, it feels like the only thing that makes sense. I could have run, I could have stayed away, but your chaos called to me. Now, I'm addicted to the way it spins my world in every direction, leaving me dizzy, yet alive. They warned me you'd turn everything upside down, but in this madness, I've found a strange peace. It's as though the chaos is the only thing that makes me feel truly free.